Hey, welcome back, guys. So today on this video, we are talking about batch leads, and more specifically, I'm going to quickly answer a question I keep getting a lot on my other video, and that is, how do you comp a property in batch leads? So let's go ahead and talk about this. First off, guys, real quick video, not too many steps involved, so be sure to stick around to the end of the video. But why would you want to comp a property in batch leads anyways? Well, that's pretty easy. If you're a real estate investor, you know that sometimes you come across deals and you have to comp it out to see if it's even worth your time. Whatever the case is, it's a pretty easy process. It's handled here in your batch leads dashboard. Check my video description. I'll try to leave the written instructions there as well. But I've already logged into my batch leads and this is the home screen. Now here on the home screen, if you want to comp out a property, you're going to click here on this little marker here on the left. Okay, once you do that, it's going to bring you to the property search screen. Now, before you go any further, I want to let you know there's a lot of different ways that you can comp a property. So this is just my way that I found to comp out a property. So you can add in your own little filters or your own parameters to this outline of a process. So first off, when I'm comping a property, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this map feature and I'm going to zoom into the general area. So for today, let me go ahead and just zoom into, let's say, Portland, Oregon, and then I'll zoom into the general area. So let's see here. I'll just keep moving the map around until we get into the general area of the property. So let's say right here. So if there's a property, let's say that I'm comping out right here, what I normally do is I'm going to go ahead and use this boundary search feature. If you want, you can go by zip code, but for the properties that I'm buying, one property across the street could be completely different. So I personally like to zoom in on the map feature. However, if you want, you can go ahead and type up here the zip code, and then it's only going to pull properties for that particular zip code. So for example, this one right here, you can see it's a pretty large zip code. So it covers a lot of area. So we have a busy area right here, or a busy street. So some of the properties on this side are going to be completely different than the properties on this side. So that's why I personally use the map feature, but that's up to you. So on the map feature, I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And then normally I'm going to use this one right here. So it's going to be this circle. So I'll click on where the property is, and then I'll just pull this circle out. Okay. And once you do that, it's going to go ahead and log how many properties they have in that area. So in that particular area that we just outlined, there's 685 properties. Now, if it's a really specific area, what you can do also is you can use a different map feature, map drawing tool. What you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and click on the map drawing tool and click right here. And let's say we want this little square area right here. I'll just go ahead and click right there on the top corner. And then once I get to another click on the corner, and then I'll just outline by clicking this particular area. All right. And then we'll bring it right back here to the original. And it's only going to show me properties in this area. Now what we're going to do in order to comp out this property, we're going to click up here on all filters. And then I'm going to click here on ownership info. And then ownership info, I'm going to click last sales date. And generally, if you're comping out a property, you don't want to go past 180 days behind. So 6 months. Sometimes if there aren't a lot of transactions, you can go back a little bit further just to get a good idea. But if it's 12 months behind, it's not really as relevant. So I'm going to usually just go back 6 months. So I'm filming this on June 23rd. So maybe I'm going to go ahead and go back to, let's just say this year, June 16th, and then click on the blue check mark. Okay, it calculates that there have been 7 property sales in that little square area in the past 6 months or so. So some of these properties are not going to be relevant. So let's say that we're working with a 1,000 square foot property with 3 bedrooms. We're going to go ahead and click here on property characteristics. And then I'm going to put this on, let's say 3 bedroom to 5 bedroom. And then on the square footage, building area square footage. If mine is 1,000 square feet that I'm comping, I'm going to put 800 to maybe 1,250 to give it a little bit of a range. Okay, now you can see there have been 2 properties that have sold in that little tiny area in the past 6 months. So the thing is, you can continue adding more and more filters if you have a lot of comps available. But for me, 2 comps is going to be sufficient, just because if I put any other filters on it, there's a good chance that I'm not going to end up with any properties and I'll have to expand the search area. So once you have all the filters on there, you can go ahead and click see properties. Okay, now what you can do is you can go ahead and just look through these properties and see if they compare to the property that you're comping out based on condition, based on the square footage. So mine that I'm comping out is 1,000 square feet. 3 bedrooms. So this looks about right. And then you can also look at the year built. And if you know the condition of the property, you want to be sure to scroll through and look through. So this one is the higher end of these comps. So this is $485,000 that was sold on May 21st. So if we look at the pictures they have from the MLS interior, it looks turnkey. It looks ready to go. So if I'm buying a fixer, I'm definitely going to go ahead and back down the price that I'm going to offer the seller unless theirs is completely renovated like this one. So if mine that I'm comping out is a complete fixer, maybe I'm going to deduct $75 per square foot or $50 per square foot, depending on what your renovation costs are in your area. So for me, about $75 per square foot. So the property that I'm comping is 1,000 square feet at $75 per square foot for renovation. So $75,000. So I know that the maximum I can get for this property is probably going to be right about $480. So if I'm going to offer I'm going to back out the $75,000 it's going to cost to renovate that property. So I might offer something like $410,000. And then also if I have to think about maybe assigning the property, then I'm going to back that out as well. So, maybe $15,000, $20,000. And then also any kind of profit that is required to run my business. So if I'm talking to a seller and they're offering me the property at about $350,000 or $340,000, I know that it could potentially be a pretty good deal. And maybe I want to go a little bit lower to compensate for any kind of unforeseen renovations that I'm going to need to do. So there you have it, guys. If you're wondering how to comp a property in BatchLeads, that's the easiest way that I know how to do it. If you know an easier way, be sure to leave a comment below. Let the rest of us know how you did it. Hopefully you found that video useful. If so, click thumbs up or maybe consider subscribing to my channel, and hope to see you on the next video. Thanks again for watching.